This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness.
Jai Bhagwan, everybody, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and I'm losing my papers already on my form and my legs here, and I have my fabulous co-host here,
Prajna Madhavi.
And we could not be any more excited than to be right here live. I want to say Boise, Idaho, but I know it's technically Garden City, which is a neighbor city to Boise, Idaho. We are here live for the first time out of SB Studios here in Boise. And we are going to have a fabulous podcast today with some amazing women on what it means to be a woman entrepreneur. So we've got some action-packed stuff for all of you. And we have this amazing audience that's here live. Let's hear it, people. Come on. Super exciting. And we have just some gems. Are you excited?
Yes. I'm very excited.
I'm going to have to keep it. Doesn't she look excited? So we're going to have to do this back and forth here because we're so used to having microphones, but we'll have to do the back and forth here. So ladies, what we talk about from the beginning of our podcast is we always do a wellness check-in, okay? And we love to do a wellness check-in from what we call the 5 koshas, or the 5 layers of the self. And so the first layer is like, how are you doing physically? And we'll guide you through it, so don't worry, you don't have to remember this. There's no quiz at the end, I promise. How are you feeling physically in your life? How are things energetically, mentally, emotionally? Your level of awareness, and then how your spiritual connection is, if you have one, okay? So let's first start out with you, girl. All right, how's it going? How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I would say overall, getting into the groove of school. So physically, so I'm also a high school teacher. So yeah, a lot of sickness around the school right now. So really trying to keep myself healthy. A lot of kids sick, a lot of teachers sick. So just really trying to keep my energy up. For the Again, energy, it is a lot of preserving my energy, finding those times, getting good sleep, making sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can keep that energy up, so that you can keep your body healthy. As far as the next kosha, mentally, I'm, again, around the school, there's a lot of pressure, a lot of people kind of just feeling the pressure of, 4 weeks into school, and here we go. I know. So trying to keep, again, my mentality of I only have to do this one more time. So busting out. So I do this one more time and I can get through it and I can do anything once. But I am also enjoying the kids. That's been fun as well. As far as intuition, again, playing into being mindful of how I feel, taking that gut check of, if something doesn't quite feel right, like I need a day off, then you take the day off. Something like that as well. So, and then, I know. And then spiritually, it's been lovely to have the Ayurveda 108, to have a bigger spiritual connection, getting back into chanting and meditation and just connecting, also just sitting in silence. It's really nice. So that's been all really great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. So was that enough? Was it just loaded up? You're just like, oh my God, like they're asking about all of these things. This is crazy. So we would love to first have you introduce yourself and the name of your business, and then give us your wellness check-in. All right, so we're going to start. Let's go.
I am Colleen Fletcher.
Colleen Fletcher.
Yes.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. In your fabulous green dress. I love it.
Thank you very much. So I have had a business name for years. What I do is holistic beauty, holistic wellness, but I made the choice to go back to just using my name. That's what I do, is the stuff, but my business is my name. I am the face behind it. So that's me.
Physically, how are you feeling?
Well, I'm going to put everything together because when
Love it.
I say,
Because you're all about the holistic beauty.
and we're all one unit anyway, we're one whole thing. So I have gone through probably it started, I think, 6 months ago, and it is some of the most horrific, painful experience I have ever been through. I'm going to try not to cry because it is horrible, horrible. So I am doing amazingly well considering how horrible everything is. Everything that's on the, that we go through is pushed to the limits, but I'm doing amazing. I'm getting back into it more so. I have stuck with it through all of the awfulness, and I think there's years and years until it can come to an end. I don't even know if it will. So I'm doing amazing.
Hey,
everything.
give it up, y'all. Come on.
There you go.
Come on. Like, I so get it. So get it. Thank you, Colleen. Appreciate that. All right. Ms. Erica.
Hi, my name is Erica Bossa, and I run With Honey Coffee. So I do, thank you, specialty coffee catering for private, public, and corporate events, and I dabble in retail slightly.
Nice.
Yeah, so physically,
Yes.
that's the first one.
Yeah.
Feeling great, feeling on the mend, coming back from an injury. I do martial arts, so.
Yeah, you got to share a little bit about them. She's kind of a badass, so we just got to.
No, I'm trying to be. That's why I'm still.
You're fabulous.
Yeah.
You're fabulous.
I do jujitsu. That's kind of my side passion, and I have a competition coming up. But I will never physically be 100% because of martial arts, and so I just am coming back from a wrist injury, and yeah, so physically feeling a lot better than I did a month ago.
Energetically, how are you doing? What's your
Great.
energy levels? Good.
Yeah, energetically, I feel great. I was really nervous, kind of sitting up here, but now that it's coming underway, I'm feeling a lot better.
Good. How about your mindset mentally?
Mentally feeling strong. I've been trying to find a balance with life. I feel like starting a business, it's really easy to forget about that. So mentally, I've been finding this balance to just be able to be strong so that I can keep growing, because that's what I want to keep doing. So
Awesome. How about your intuition? What's your gut tell you? Do you listen? Do you listen to your intuition? How's that
I
going?
do.
Yeah.
That is so. Yes, I feel like that's like mostly how I like to operate. Is I'll be like, it's all about the energy, and so however I'm feeling, if something feels wrong, I won't do it. But also just keeping in mind that if does it feel wrong, or am I just nervous? So feeling good there as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. And then we would call it maybe like a connection to source. So kind of like a spiritual connection. How is that going for you?
Good. Everything's good. I am.
And you're how old?
I'm 23.
Okay.
I feel great. I do yoga as kind of a subset since martial arts is such a physically demanding sport, I like to do yoga. And with that, it's allowed me to practice a lot more things mindfully. So I feel great spiritually.
Love it. Awesome. Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Krissi.
Okay.
So, Krissi, tell us who you are, what your business is, and then we're going to get right into your wellness check-in.
My name is Krissi Thomas, and I have a company called Cheeky Boom.
Hey, girl, hey.
And really, I have actually my career is I've been a marketing consultant for 30 years and have my own consultancy. So that's what I do. Cheeky Boom, by the way, is jewelry, lifestyle jewelry. Okay, what else did you ask? I'm at that age where I already forget. So
I totally understand that age. Like, I'm in the age where now, like, you walk into a room and you're like, I came here for a reason, and I'm not quite sure what that is.
I
Exactly. All right. How are you feeling physically these days?
I could be better. I'm working on it though. I'm working with a functional medicine doctor that I really like. And so I'm trying to get to the root of some things. So I'm always searching for feeling the best I can.
Awesome.
Always.
And
Yes.
energetically, how's your energy levels?
It's very low right now. While I might come off as very hyper most of the time, I am tired by like 8:30. So like if I start falling asleep on your shoulder, my girls will attest to that that are in the audience. Yeah. Again, it's something I'm working on.
Sure. Absolutely.
Right. So it's like we're all work in progress.
Could not agree more.
Yeah.
And how about mentally, emotionally? How are things going in
I
that
think
space?
mentally and emotionally, I'm pretty strong. I've got a very strong mindset. I love the Stoic philosophers, so I read a lot about that. I have a very deep faith.
Yes, I love those as well.
Yep. So I
Is this like
I love that.
That's what I love about you. We're so different. I love those too.
So mindset's great. I mean, I just
Awesome.
keep a positive mindset
Okay.
all the time.
Awesome.
I won the game. I'm alive. I mean, I woke up.
Right.
I already won.
You have survived 100% of your most difficult days.
100%.
There you are. Right? Yeah. And how about intuition? How are you feeling
Oh, I'm
intuitively?
big on intuition and
Tell us
gut.
about that.
If something doesn't feel right in my gut, I'm immediately like, I think you were just saying it too. That is your brain. That is the second brain. So sometimes our brains up here want to try to create something that's not there. But if that pang in your stomach, in your belly is there, I'm like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. What is this about? So yeah, definitely lead with
Awesome.
that.
And do you have a spiritual connection, Krissi?
Oh yes, I'm very deeply spiritual with my God, and it gets deeper every day. And woman of faith.
Love that.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right.
All right, next is Angela. Angela, tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are a little bit.
I'm Dr. Angela Young. I own Thrive Chiropractic. It's an all-female chiropractic clinic in Boise. And then I am also a yoga teacher. And that's like what I do. And it's super fulfilling, both of those things. So it's like the best thing. Yeah, I've really been on, I feel like I'm always on a health journey, but I've really been buckling down on that.
And then energetically, how's your energy?
I drink a lot of coffee, and everybody that works for me will tell you that. But I do I do a lot all the time. I'm always moving. Yeah.
Okay. Does that tie in with mental, emotional as well?
Yeah. Mentally, I feel like I'm really strong. Like I can just get through a lot. Emotionally, I could always work on being more in touch with my emotions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Work in progress, all of us. Yeah. Good. Intuition. How is that?
Yeah, always. I feel like that's like the biggest thing to like focus on and pay attention to is like intuition. And really like how, like if something doesn't feel right, like why doesn't it feel right?
Good. Awesome. And then how about connection to source, spirituality? How's that?
Yeah, I've really, I teach yoga, but I've really been getting back into like my own yoga practice because that really helps me connect. I would say I've been really focused on that too.
Nice.
So.
What's great about all of these questions, ladies, is these are all going to come in with your business as well. So we're going to kind of go with the same 5 Koshik levels here coming up. So
There's always a method to the madness, believe it or not. So Kelly
Hello.
Jean,
Can you
how
hear me?
are you?
Can you hear me? Testing,
Yes.
testing. Hi. I got to go last, so I got to hear all of your stories. And I know it's hard to like be first, so thank you for sharing. And I saw you like 3 years ago on this panel, and you were so inspiring that I was like, I got to be on the panel. I got to figure out how to do this.
You're so sweet. Thank
she's
you.
a badass.
Oh, thank you.
Just so you know.
I
and
wish I were
all
that
of
cool,
y'all
but
are
thank
as
you.
well. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Kelly Jean. I'm a partner with the Peace Room. Partner meaning I'm the daughter of my mother who started the Peace Room, which is a Reiki training and healing center. And I'm also a content creator. I have a YouTube channel. I'm a Healy wellness advisor, so I use frequency with everything. And I'm a voiceover artist. So if I change my voice tones, I've been doing it my whole life, so watch out.
I love it.
I get kind of weird. Yeah.
Weird is good. Yeah. We're all about it. Now, are you in Boise? Is the Peace Room in Boise?
It's actually in Garden City.
Garden City.
So it's
okay.
like off
right
State
where
Street.
we are right now.
Yes.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you doing physically?
Physically amazing. I go to Hotworks a lot. I'm obsessed.
Oh, hey.
Are you?
Hey,
oh
girl,
my God,
hi.
I go like 5 or 6 times a week. I love infrared saunas. I love to sweat out the toxins. My God, it's like my only sanctuary in the winters because I don't like the cold. See my little body? I like to be warm in small areas. Physically, I'm really good.
Okay.
I'm physically fit. I kind of have a mom pouch because I have 2 kids, but that's okay. You know, y'all are like, screw you. But I feel it. I'm squeezing it in. You know, okay.
You look fabulous. How about energetically? You seem to like you're doing the frequency thing here.
I
so
am.
give us the scoop on the energetics.
Oh, man. Okay, so I had my first glass of wine. It's been like 2 weeks, so I was like, I'm gonna have a glass of wine tonight. Take the edge off.
I hope you make it through this.
I have been on this deep cycle protocol, and I have been using frequency on this protocol very specifically on this program called Go to the Roots, and really go into the roots of what I need to go to the root on. And right now it's anger, and all this anger is coming up. It's deep.
Oh, I love it.
It's so deep.
I totally understand.
Oh my God,
Oh, yeah.
my kids, they pull out the worst in me. I'm like, rah, it's like fires behind me, you know?
Sounds like my kind of girl.
I'm a Leo, so and a
So am
Scorpio.
I.
You know, it gets crazy.
Oh, yeah. Burn the city down.
Yeah.
Burn the city down.
Yeah.
You want to cut me off? Yeah, good luck, motherfucker. Right? Totally.
Yeah, see, I knew I liked you on the
girl,
panel.
I see you.
know.
I see you.
Yes. So that's where I am energetically. I'm really delving deep into this protocol. It's really cool. I'm working on bio signaling and getting in rhythm with morning and evening. And me and my mom are doing it together. So
Love
it's
it.
been really cool. Yeah.
Excellent. How about mentally, emotionally, besides wanting to burn the city down?
Mentally and emotionally, specifically in this moment in time, I'm good, but today has been really hard. There's been like this suicide prevention thing going on this week in Boise.
Oh, okay.
And my 12-year-old daughter, I have two girls, a 3-year-old and a 12-year-old. She answered some questions that were concerning, and I had to talk to the counselor today, and I talked to her, and it's been really good. So I'm sending her to all these energy practitioners and setting up appointments and taking her to counselors because she lost her Mimi, her dad's not around. It's like very dramatic. Like my life's an open book, but it's been hard. Today has been a really hard day.
Okay. That's okay.
Yeah,
okay. You know what?
Totally. But I'm here.
And you have survived 100% of your hardest day.
Oh yeah. I was a single mom for many years in LA.
Oh,
Many.
hear that? How Idaho was that right there? Right?
Yeah, she's 12.
Everybody's like, oh, LA, oh my God.
I did voiceover in LA. I still do voiceover, but it's amazing. But man, being a single mom in LA, I was like
it's hard.
dating.
It's hard.
Yeah,
I
did, but
I lived in LA for a while. And
Yeah.
it's a thing for sure.
It is.
All right. How about intuition?
intuition. Oh man, I'm a Scorpio rising. It's always on point. I'm like, "Brr,
Right.
you know, somebody
It's
comes up,
always on
"Brr."
point.
I can read a room pretty well. You want me on
are
your team? Because I'm like, you're
hysterical.
lying. You know, you want me on your team? I'm like, they're lying. But I like them anyways, because I'm a Leo. But I'm like, I don't care if you're lying. I don't care.
Is that the best part?
I still like you anyway.
Yeah, yeah. That's like part. I so see you, Kelly Jean.
Yeah,
like I
yeah.
so see you. Like
Yeah.
part of my motto is like I really don't give a shit.
No, I
No,
don't.
isn't it wonderful?
I don't
But I think
care.
that's also part of being 50 years old. Like you get to the stage where you're like,
Yeah.
I really do not give a crap.
Yeah, the
what
older
you
you get,
people
you're
think.
like, I
It's
don't-
wonderful.
It's just gonna happen.
And how about your spiritual connection?
Well, I do a lot. I've been spiritual my whole life, I hear this like frequency in my ear. I had a contact experience with the UFOs and aliens many years ago, in LA, of course.
Of course.
But I've always been
This podcast is going to be.
oh, don't
through
even,
the
you want to have
roof
me on
on
to talk about
YouTube.
aliens? Get ready.
That's
That's
it.
like my jam.
Oh,
But like I'm always connecting in, so I always try to find these quiet moments so I can hear this sound, so I can hear what's coming through, so I can feel what's coming through. So whether it's source or God or whatever it is, I respect it all. I appreciate it all.
Yep.
My partner is a scholar of religion, and so it's like we're always talking about all these fun things, and I love people. People are my religion.
I love
Nature
that.
is my religion. That is my source. Yeah, so
Awesome.
that's where I'm at. Sorry, I talk too much.
no, it's
Okay.
great.
Yeah.
Roberto and Sean were wondering if we would have enough time with each person so that we can make sure we got clips from you. Like, I think we got this covered. So
Yeah.
it's good. Love it.
Awesome.
All right. So, panelists, we have a series of 5 questions that we're going to ask each of you about what it means to be a woman entrepreneur. And for the record, for those of you that are listening to this podcast and for those of you that are in the audience, a lot of people have an idea of what they think a female entrepreneur is. And like they all think that it's like glamorous. No, you make your own hours and you meet at, coffee shops and you have all of this. Or entrepreneurs in general. It doesn't have to just be women. And it's not like that at all. It's very, very different from that. So like we do want to ask you these questions and have each of you be as raw and as honest as possible, okay? Because that's the whole point. The whole point of the Woman Warrior podcast is to empower women to light their lives on fire. And that's what we want to hear from all of you, okay? So, Praj, you ready? All right.
And we'll just start
Okay,
right where we're
have
at.
the mic.
Okay. So you guys you ladies already kind of got the drill. So we're going to start with the Anamaya Kosha, which is the structural, the physical body. So
Oh, okay.
now we're just talking about the business. So what is or was the mission vision that you had for your business? Like where did it
Yes.
come from? Where did its structure come out of?
Yes. Well, it started with my mom, and she's amazing. She's a very little, small woman. And, we've always been deeply connected to whatever this is, whatever it is, this non-physical, the source that we all feel. But we really love community and we really love teaching people. It's so inspiring to connect with people and teach people new things about themselves. It's not like, oh, here's this one path that you have to follow. Even if it's like we're teaching you Reiki and you discover something else, it's about inspiring. It's about community. It's about, I don't know, people walking away feeling refreshed and not being like, damn, that sucks, which I've been in a lot of classes. So with the Peace Room specifically, it's about teaching. With all my other jobs, I could go on, but I won't because it'll take too long. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Same question. We're going with Angela.
Same question.
Yeah. So the structure, the body of the business, where did that kind of come out of? What was your vision? What was your mission?
Okay. Well, I had gone to a chiropractor since I was like 5 years old. So he really helped my family institute a culture of health in our family. And so I think growing up, I watched that. And so then when I decided to go to become a chiropractor, that was just a natural, having a chiropractor around was so natural. So, and really just being able to help people make healthier, natural decisions for their lives. So, and being a resource for people for all sorts of things, neck pain, back pain, but everything else too. So, I strongly driven by a mission to help as many people with natural health care as I can.
Awesome. So great. Love it. All right. Same question.
Okay. Mine is a little bit different, I think, because I started my marketing consulting because I was working at an agency that was, well, let's just say unethical. And I didn't want to be part of it. So I left without a job. And then the client that I had said, absolutely not. And they gave me that was my first client, the one that I actually had at the agency. So that led me down this path of doing consulting. And my dad was a management consultant, so I had some teachings of kind of what that looked like. And it just became something where I always wanted to help my clients look like a hero. So I'm in the background helping produce things for my clients, whatever, I've been in so many industries, like I've lost count, but that's still to this day. It's like, I want my clients to look like a hero. Fast forward, I'm working in high tech in research, can get pretty dry. And I have this creative outlet. And so I came up with this idea of doing really cheeky greeting cards that you could not find in the store. You can now, but there are a lot of swear words in there. Like, okay.
This is what you're really thinking.
Yes. So, and I just thought, this is really funny because I'm working on this really dry shit. And I'm like, this is fine. Let me throw up an Etsy site. Well, then people started buying them. I'm like, well, imagine that. And I'm not even doing any marketing on it. So that led into the fact that I love to write. That is where I draw so much strength from. And it turned into this jewelry thing where every piece of my jewelry has a poem, let's say, an affirmation that goes with it. And you mentioned your mom. My mom died when I was 15 years old, and she taught us that can't is a 4-letter word. So if you say that horrible C word, you would get in trouble. And so all of the words that you find in my cheeky boom side of the business are inspiring. It's all about, being the best that you can. You're going to get through it. You're going through stuff. So the mission for me really was my mom and carrying on that legacy of, yes, you can. In fact, my license plate, it says you can. It says you can. Because I always want that reminder for people. Like, no matter how hard shit is, you can. You might not be able to do it yet. And usually it's like, you just don't fucking want to do it. And so you say you can't. So so I'm a big proponent of words. Mm-hmm. Watch your words, because when you reframe what the outcome you want is, it will become your reality. So, whoa, I just got my own goosebumps talking about that. So that was my mama talking right there. So anyway, there you go.
And I love that, Chris. We are in such a society today that just, we don't watch our words. And we spurt out so much hate and negativity that kudos to you. We need more people that are bringing that to light. So thank you. Yes. Awesome. Erica, about you?
Hi. I'll be honest, this kind of came out of nowhere. Yeah. I was actually studying engineering, and now I'm a barista. So
what?
Perfect sense.
It makes
what's in that coffee?
so much sense. No, seriously, all I've used my degree for is designing and building the car, and I think that's all I'm ever going to use my degree for. But it makes for a good backup plan. But okay, sorry, bring me back to the question.
Yeah.
It just
so the structure of the business, it looks like it just kind of sprang out of the ground for you.
It kind of did. It was one of those hasty decisions that just kind of paid off. Mm-hmm. And back in November of 2022, when I was studying, I was just gifted an old espresso machine.
Did you literally say back in the day in 2022?
Did I?
Did you just say that?
No, back in the day.
Oh, boy.
Back in my
back in the day is a little further for me. I don't know, but like when you said 2022, oh, you're so cute.
Yeah.
Back when I was young and beautiful. 2022.
Back in the day, it was so long ago. Yeah, I think I was a teenager, something like that. But no, I wasn't. No. No.
Continue, Erica.
Yeah, I was just gifted an old espresso machine, and I have never been a barista before. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first shot I ever pulled of espresso was just awful. I could not make a business off of that. Mm-hmm. And then I just kind of started experimenting with it, and I just realized how much I loved it. I loved the art, the craft, everything that goes into making a simple cup of coffee. And it's kind of one of those things where it doesn't matter what you do on a day-to-day basis. We all start our day with just that simple moment of joy that just kind of gets us started. And I think that's kind of what I fell in love with. And then I went to kind of a lot of my martial arts gyms with that old espresso machine and just kind of started doing pop-ups. And 2 months later, I decided to kind of design and build the coffee cart, and I launched June 1st of last year. But Thank you. I didn't really hit it full time because I was still in school. And then kind of February of this year, I met this lovely lady. Her name is Maddie, and she runs Boise Girls Club. And she invited me to be a part of her Galentine's event. And that's kind of really where this took off. So,
Awesome.
yeah.
Thank you. So good. All right. Woo. Yeah.
I'm just going to start off by saying my business started in 1995. Woo! And I have been in the meditation aspect for 51 years.
Yeah. Back in the day.
That's back in the day, sweetheart. I might need a reminder.
Okay.
the
the mission, the vision, the structure,
The mission-
how the business came to be.
Intuition. I knew that I was going to be a single mom. I had moved back into the country. I knew that I was going to be getting divorced, and I had to have something that I could be a single mom with. My college years were spent drinking in Australia because I was legal at the time, so it was awesome, and I drank a lot
Back in the day.
back in the day.
Yep.
So I knew I had to have something that would be flexible with being a single mom, with doing everything that I was doing. So that's what started it. What started all of the organics and the natural skincare product and so much of everything else that I do now was the fact that I got rashes on my hands and the market just was not there. So I had someone else starting to make my massage oils. And that just led into the other aspect of what I do now with all the other licenses I have. So bottom line, intuition, and I had to do something to be a single mom to do it. So, I mean, it's not very romantic. It was fun as hell, though.
Yeah.
But just, and not very business-minded either.
But you got it done.
I got it done, and it was awesome. And it did the great foundation for what I wanted for that as well. So none
Love
of
it.
it was professional or romantic. It just was awesome. Kicked
Thank
my
you.
ass,
I love it.
that's what it did.
Well, what's great about all of this is this is real. This is real. Like everybody thinks that everybody who is an entrepreneur, I have never wrote a business plan in my life ever. And it's like, here's my business plan, and let's go to the bank and get funding and no. So I so appreciate all of this. All right, gals, next question. This has to do with our energetic body. In terms of preserving good energy, what kind of boundaries have you set for yourself and your business? And Colleen, we're going to go right into you right away. That's it, girl. And please, did it all start in Australia? I had really good boundaries in Australia.
Fuck no, I was drunk all the time. Oh my God.
So, but what, in terms of keeping your boundaries, what have you set for yourself and your business?
Energetically, I don't have to do it as much anymore because I continue to gain my own strength within. But when I really need to, I surround myself with cobalt blue. So that's an amazing thing to do. People that can come in, they have to respect me and my boundaries. They have to have the money to afford my services, and they have to have the time, and they have to have the desire to want to be there. If
Love
you don't give
that.
a shit about me, I don't give a shit about you. I mean, I love you as a human, but I want to still take care of myself through all of this. 30 years of being a massage therapist can wreck your body, and I've still been able to do it. So, should I just list everything I do because it might help?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm a massage therapist, I'm an esthetician, I'm a hypnotist, I'm a metaphysician, I'm a Reiki master, I am a meditation guide, and I think I got everything.
Right. And you just don't play one on TV either, right?
Correct. So ultimately, I can go from taking care of long-term injuries in your shoulders to taking care of your skin to taking care of the trauma that happened because you were abused as a child, and I can wax your ass at the same time in the same appointment.
Hey, girl, hey. Talk about boundaries, huh?
So, what do I still do to take care of myself? I'm obviously pretty open and honest. I like that with my clients as well. I allow them to be open and honest. I want that from them as well. And that just, communication is that two-way street. You got to listen as well to really have communication. So that's a lot of it.
It's awesome.
I think that covers it.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. Erica, what about you? To preserve that beautiful, positive energy from back in the day,
From back in the day.
what kind of boundaries have you set for yourself and for your business?
I'm still in that day.
Fair.
But oh my goodness, I feel like so much. I've had to learn so much because I'm such a opportunity driven person that I have to get brain back. But actually, I was going to bring this up before I realized that she was here. Annie Tevlin, who owns Skin Owl. One of the things that she told me is, you set your standards and your tribe will find you. And that was a really big thing that I needed to learn because I was getting so tired. I was 3 months in and I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I wasn't making any profit. I was giving away a lot of free services, a lot of free drinks, because I wanted to get my name out there. And another thing that somebody special to me said to me is, what would it take for this to be worth it to you?
Ooh, good
And
question.
This was more geared towards financials. What's your value? What do you feel like you're worth? And I'm like, well, I think I'm worth this much. I put so much time into this, which is okay, then do that. I'm like, okay. And somehow everything just blossomed from there.
Yes.
It was kind of one of those things where I think confidence came with that and knowing what those standards were. And to have that confidence, I think those are kind of the boundaries that I set. And another thing is I will literally work from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. I love it. But I also don't want to get burnt out. And so I've started to also implement slow mornings and slow evenings. So
Nice.
I train every evening and we try to make sure that all work is done before then and then, try to fit everything within still a 40-hour day. So even though we have the capabilities of working 60, 80 hours because that is a luxury because we control our own time, we don't have to. If we can't fit everything into a 40-hour workday, then
Work week.
Work week. Every
gonna
day.
say.
Yeah.
Did they increase
not
the
24
time of
hours?
the day?
Work week. Yeah.
Work week.
Oh, does your time not work like that?
Back in the day, it used to be 24 hours. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Lovely. Thank you. What about you, Krissi? How do you set those boundaries for yourself and your business?
It's funny. I'm listening to you, and I remember starting out in my marketing days, and I would work all the time because you're starting out. You want to go, and make your clients happy, your customers, and then as time goes on, boundaries are a big thing. I slip sometimes. I'm human. But I'm talking a lot about my marketing career because that really is my career outside of Cheeky Boom being kind of like this love project. I work in high tech and it's very stressful and it's very fast paced, and I have to learn how to walk away even just to walk my dog. And I use the status that you have to put on, like walking my dog, and I'm not afraid to say it. So I think the older I've gotten, the more I let my team know, this is how it is. These are my hours, and I'm out. Right. And it's not easy to do. I've had a very stressful week this week. Today was probably one of the most stressful days ever. I didn't even know if I was going to get here. but that's what you do when you're, I mean, I'm a consultant, and so when there's a launch happening, when you have to, like, you have an event, you have to get shit done, right? So, but then I'll back off.
Right.
So I think it's using your intuition to know, like, oh, I'm too tired. You know, I need to stop. So I'm good about setting boundaries in that way. And I'll let people know. Like, I'm not afraid. I have no more fucks to give. So,
Yeah.
Anyway.
So great. Thank you, Krissi. Angela.
Boundaries for me, I used to work all the time. I'm a really good workaholic. And I probably still would be. But I actually just like really love what I do. So I would just work all the time. But the thing that's really helped me set very strong boundaries is having a child. So I have a 5-year-old daughter. And then that's like what my life revolves around, and I set my schedule based on hers. So, and that is like a huge shift for me. Like, and like people who've worked with me for a long time are like, oh, wow, you would never used to do that. Or like, for example, closing early on Halloween, like we would have worked till 6 o'clock. I'd be like, that's what we're going to do. But now that's really like reprioritizing and boundary setting. I would say my 5-year-old has taught me how to set boundaries.
That's awesome. I love that.
Oh my gosh. Everything y'all are saying, I get to go last again. So thank you for like setting me up. Thank you.
It's all about setting you up to win.
Set me up to win. Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay. It's valuing yourself in terms of payment, right? So when I first started doing Reiki sessions, I was like, oh, I'll just charge you $50 or do it for free, right? Oh man,
$50.
trial and error. I could tell you stories that you'd be like, oh, what? Don't do that. But when I finally set a rate, that was like what I felt that was valuable, like that was me. That's when I started getting the most clients. That's when it hit. Time management. Oh my God. That is one of the hardest things to create boundaries with. Whether you're having a call, walking your dog, or you have to go pick up your kid from school, time management is one of the hardest things to do as an entrepreneur because you do have a flexible schedule. You have to create your schedule, which makes you kind of like, how do I put all these things on my schedule and how do I fit them all in? And so time management is a very big thing, and taking time for yourself. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing it. I'm done. Today I'm done. Bye.
Right.
And
it's okay to be done.
it's always okay. They can
good.
always wait.
Right.
They can always wait.
Right.
Whatever it is, whatever email, and like that's been something that's been really huge too. Is time management and valuing how much you are worth in terms of payment. Like
I love that.
charge them, charge people. It's like, it's important.
Well,
Energy exchange.
It's interesting in that respect, and I'm sure all of you collectively, have this experience, is that, in certain quote industries have a certain expectation of like, oh, well, this is what this costs, and then other industries, it's like, oh, well, why is that so expensive, et cetera. And the reality is that regardless of the type of business that you're in, you have to assign the value and the worth. And when we're talking 50 years of experience, when we're talking 30 years of experience, when we're talking about building your own coffee cart from scratch, like all of these things, that has value. So I really appreciate you bringing that up, Kelly Jean. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. You're up next. Question 3.
I'm ready. Thank you. All right.
Question 3.
So this next question is the Manamaya Kosha. So think of an instance maybe where you've had to have some particular mental, emotional strength. This is how have you implemented fearlessness and resiliency into your life and business?
Oh my gosh. So,
Here we go.
you know, as a Reiki practitioner and a healer, you know, you want to be like on top of your game because you're going to help somebody else, right? Also, like, I'm a content creator, so I have to get in front of the screen and do YouTube videos. I have an ASMR Reiki channel, this ASMR Reiki Life, if you want to join and subscribe.
Do you have business
Click the
card?
link, ring the bell.
Little plug.
I just got
Shameless
8,000
plug.
subscribers. But like, so I am like screaming at the kid, the dog's barking, you know, and then I have to go back and be in the moment. But also like going in and taking care of people, you know, and you're doing a Reiki session on somebody, or I'm going to teach a class for the weekend, and, you know, you're coming from home, and sometimes home is turmoil. I don't know if y'all got kids, but or partners or whatever you're going through. It's a time that I have to take, and I mentally have to go and like breathe and go back into it. And I've been through that many times. And so I don't know if this is answering your question, but you know, there's something too for me personally about the Reiki energy is that when I give a session, I'm receiving a session because it's not my energy. And so when I'm able to go, okay, you know, just take it, Reiki, it's yours. It's not mine. It's not mine. Like whatever they're talking about, whatever's going with me, I don't have to actually do it because it's not my energy. I'm just the conduit. So that's one really good thing about my practice. Thank God. Because I always feel better after a Reiki session, even if I was like rushing to get there or whatever happened in the morning. So
Yeah.
it's endless, that question. It happens all the time, nonstop.
Good. Awesome. Thank you. Yes. All right. Angela.
So this question, remind me what the question
Yeah.
is again.
So think of maybe a time where you've had to have some mental, emotional strength. How do you implement fearlessness, resiliency into your business? Or where have you had to be fearless?
So basically, like at least once a week and definitely once a month, I have something come up that I like have never dealt with ever before, and that I don't particularly like care to deal with, or that really scares me. And I just give myself like probably like 24 hours to like kind of process it, and then just like kind of move on, like just not dwell on it. So I would say like every single day not every single day, once a week for sure, I'm like, I have never dealt with this. I don't even know how to deal with this. But then I try to find a solution within about 24 hours and then on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So
And you come back. Yeah.
I would totally agree with you on that. I'm trying to think of an instance, and it's just life is hard, no matter if you're in business or not. And it's the mindset that you have on, are you solution oriented or are you lack mentality of like, poor me? I don't live in that space. So I don't really, I'm not trying to, I hope this doesn't sound cocky. I just don't get scared of stuff. I'm like, oh, fuck, this sucks. Okay, what do we have to do to fix it? Like, maybe it's my mom's teaching of
there's
you
no can't.
right? So I've dealt with some shit in my life, as we all have. Nobody, like, that is not a unique experience. And it's been hard, and you just move through it. You just go, I got this, because really, again, it goes back to like, what's the outcome that you want? So if you always keep the outcome on the other side, then you'll choose the words in your mind will go, yes, I got this. So.
Oh, so good. Thank you. That's awesome. All right.
I feel like just kind of with what we do, I feel like resiliency is one of those things that's just implemented on a daily basis. It's just one of those
Absolutely.
things where that's just kind of who we are. You know, we started this. For those of us who are entrepreneurs, that's a natural character trait of ours. So there's going to be struggles every single day, and there's seasonality with everything. You know, there's a time to put your foot on the gas pedal, and there's a time to sit back and relax and actually, you know, acknowledge what you've done. But there's moments of fear every single day of just like, am I doing this right? what's right? I don't know. No, I don't. Yeah, none of us know. None of us know. But we're figuring it out. And it's scary, but it's so exciting at the same time. So, yeah.
Oh, so good. Thank you. All right. It's Colleen.
I think bottom line resiliency comes down to every day and smiling and finding happiness and peace and love within. That's like bottom line. I can tell you with the experience that I've been going through recently, most of my clients don't know what's going on. Most of the people around me don't know, and we're choosing as a very small knit group of family to keep it that way for the emotional aspect, so we don't have anyone else's judgment or fears or anything like that put upon us. Some people do know. A couple of my clients know. And one of them said, "What the hell are you doing here? I don't need a facial bad enough for this." And my comment was, this is what makes me happy. This is what makes me feel good. I am limiting to how many people I am seeing, because those are my boundaries right now. But it really is what nourishes my soul. And if it's a facial for one client and body work for another and energy healing for another, then that's what makes me happy. And that's my resiliency, is because I know myself well enough to what helps me to thrive. And that's what helps me to thrive. I just have the boundaries set up around it so I don't get screwed in the process of giving away too much.
Yeah.
So now I'm ready just to have a book to schedule again.
Nice. So good. Thank you. All right.
All right, question 4. We're almost there, friends. And a lot of you have already answered this question in other parts of our podcast today and our event. But we are at the Vijnanamaya Kosha. You got to say that 10 times fast. I'm teasing. And this is the intuitive body, our seat of intuition, which often we are told, it's not really relevant, not super important. You have to use the logical, rational brain, and we push aside, or the rational, logical brain hijacks what we know intuitively to be positive and also correct for us. So how does intuition play a role in your business and in your life in 90 seconds or less?
Every fucking day, every fucking moment.
Done. Check. Love it.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
She's like, oh my God, this is the speed round. I don't know what I'm doing.
90 seconds. 89. 80. Okay.
What am I doing? Do I have clothes on? I know. That's what happens to me.
Listening to your intuition is what is our authenticity. I think if you're doing something that doesn't feel right, you're not being authentic to yourself or your brand.
Boom. Love it.
Ditto.
Yeah, girl.
Ditto. I did, that's it right there. Just, yeah, that's it.
She's like, mic drop.
Yeah.
That's it. Angela. It just keeps on getting passed down.
I am my authentic self. That's what it is. But also it is, intuition is not sweeping stuff under the rug. Stop sweeping stuff under the rug. Like when you don't feel it, if it doesn't feel good, then don't do it.
Yep.
I don't know how many times when I started saying, I want to do what feels good to me, then that's when I changed my whole life. Abraham Hicks, I don't know if you know who that is.
Yeah, of course.
That was like everything. It was like, I want to do what feels good, and then my whole life changed. And then I made contact.
Love it. You can pass it to her. All right.
Oh, I still have it.
Yep. 5th and final question. Here we go, Praj.
Are we still doing 90 seconds or less? Yeah. Okay.
Yay.
Let's do it. Anandamaya Kosha. So this is a spiritual connection to source. So what role does having a higher purpose play in your life and in your business?
Oh, Earth is an experiment. Earth is an Earth school. We are all masters of this school. And everything and emotions that we just bury emotions. And so we have to figure out a way to just clear the emotions, because emotions create our reality. We can blow up universes with our emotions. So that's a really hard question, but being
big one.
connected to something, feeling something, whatever that is, it's real. Sometimes I'm just like, what is that? Oh, it's real. What was that dream? No, it wasn't a dream. It's actually, I was in another dimension and it's real. And so like, I'm always believing what people say, even if they're lying. I'm like, no, I still believe there's truth in everything, no matter what side you are on politically too. There's truth. You have to look at the other side. Oh, the other side is saying this other side. Like, no, I'm kind of like, I'm in both. I believe it all. Anyways, I could keep going.
Okay.
That's a really big question.
It is.
In 90 seconds.
I mean, I think that it really like your purpose and your whatever you feel like you're here for. I mean, that just really guides your entire life. It definitely like has guided mine, and like if you can find that and hold on to it, I mean, that's like how you create everything in your entire life. So
So good. Yes.
I believe that I am here to inspire people. I think that's the gift that God gave me. And so I said it already, every day you wake up, you've won the game. And so choose wisely. And I pray all day long, usually like when I'm on a walk, when I'm at work, thanking my God for the blessing to actually be here and do the thing, no matter how hard it is or how easy or happy or sad. So that's what guides me. It's like, I just know there's something bigger than me, and I'm thankful for it every moment of every day.
Love it.
I'm going to kind of go off a little bit. This just kind of got me thinking. I don't even know if I'm going to answer your question, but
Do whatever you want.
I was...
You got 90 seconds.
Okay, I was told you can have the best laid plans and then life finds you. And I had my life laid out to a T, and I realized that the best things happen when you just kind of, going back to that, listen to your intuition. And so, you know, some of us find our purpose. Some of us, naturally, it just comes to us. And I feel fortunate that just kind of happened, and coffee found me. But yeah, I mean, we exist on a day-to-day basis. And so to find that joy in life, a reason to wake up is what drives you.
Ooh, yeah. Love that. Woo!
Can I see it? The question.
Yes.
Which
What
one?
role does having a higher purpose play in your life?
It has always played something. It is shifting and changing and getting to be more and more and more. I think it's because, you know, when you're over 50, you really decide that stuff is different, and you don't give many fucks anymore about many things. And then when you're pushing 60, you're like, yeah. So it's always there. It's that compounding effect of learning it more, learning it again, learning it on a deeper level. And it's just always there. And happiness, kindness, I believe that a smile can change. And this is so much easier to visualize, but a smile can change your world. And if you look at your and you capitalize our, a smile can change our world. So it changes your world, and it changes our world.
Woo! Yeah.
So good. So we have concluded this portion of our podcast. We just have two small pieces. One is the segment of our podcast that's called Try This, Not That. Okay. Oh boy. No.
Oh, geez.
So, Praj, what do you have for us?
Well, so in light of the discussion that we're having today and all the wonderful, wonderful information that you have all shared, I thought one thing to really think about, that a lot of the times and probably all the times, we're setting some sort of goals. But my challenge to you, or my recommendation to you, is try setting goals on each of the Koshik levels. So try setting not just a physical goal, but then think about, okay, what is my energetic goal? What is my mental emotional goal? What is my intuition goal? And what is my spiritual goal? So being, SMART goals, right? Being specific, make it attainable, measurable, all of those things. But having that extra layer of that extra piece to it that really makes you focus on those 5 levels. So that was my try this, not that today.
Right. So
simple.
rather than just like these
Simple
generic,
but not
like,
easy.
Right. rather than these just sort of generic things like, it's January 1st and I want to lose weight. Okay, right? Like, how are you going to do that? It's January 1st and I don't like my family. Okay, how are you going to get rid of them? So like being very, very legally,
Yeah,
exactly.
legally.
Like, is it in the trunk of my car? I don't know. But I digress. But being very, very, specific about those things, because a lot of times we walk around in the esoteric and we're not like putting pen to paper, writing down things very specifically and actually putting a timeline on them. Mm-hmm. So, so try this, not that. There you go. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I want to thank all of our panelists today. Please, round of applause. Okay.
Thank you so much.
And a very, very special thank you to Ms. Jody Barton, who is the owner of Beauty Boost Boise here. And we would be nowhere with the Woman Warrior podcast without our amazing producers, Roberto and Sean here from SB Studios. And we thank all of you so much for being part of this podcast. We hope that you had a lot of fun. And stay tuned. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel. So the Woman Warrior podcast, please do check it out. Share it with your friends, especially all of you ladies. So I want to say Jai Bhagwan to all of you and to our listeners. And may all of your souls be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.